My suggestions for further research would be to conduct a study comparing the prefrontal cortex of religious fundamentalists with non-religious individuals to determine if any differences in brain structure or function exist, primarily in the absence of physical trauma. So I would be interested to see if you take the physical trauma out of it. If we had, let's say, 1,000 fundamentalist Christians versus 1,000 non-fundamentalists, even if they're still religious, but just non-fundamental, that would be the best control, I think, so that everyone still believes a religion, to see if there's damage in the prefrontal cortex, because that would be so fascinating to see if, most of the people who are fundamentally Christian or fundamentally religious have brain damage, possibly.
Oh my God.
But dude, it would make sense on some of this unwavering beliefs that fundamentalist Christians will die for. Would die for. But let me take it a little further.
I mean, our father did karate.
Yeah, I mean,
you think he got a shin to the head?
Let me get further, because it could get even a little more interesting. Yeah, everyone could have some sort of brain damage for sure, but to have an actual lesion in the prefrontal cortex like they found with these veterans,
for sure,
is a pretty big, you have some brain damage. That part of your brain is no longer functioning instead of it just being not functioning properly.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like dark spots in the MRI.
Yeah, because a lesion in the brain is an actual dark area.
Yeah, cancer.
Yeah, whereas a functioning brain would be everything's still going past, whereas it's not going past here. You're not using that part of your brain. Right. So you actually, the people with brain damage can't think this way that we're talking about, thinking creatively, thinking outside the box. Yeah. So if differences are observed, particularly any indicative of brain damage, this could lead to the hypothesis that religious practices and not just physical injury may influence these changes. And so I would hypothesize that the practice of the religion over a long period of time could cause this brain damage.
Oh, so you're reversing it.
That's what I'm saying. And this is not the study.
So you're
if
you could study people that have been religious fundamental fanatics for 40 years without wavering, 40 years of religious fanatical belief and fundamentalism. And you're we're going to do brain studies on 100 of those people. Mm-hmm. Versus 100 just not fundamentalists, but whether you have a religion or don't have a religion, just a collection of different people that are not fundamentalists, but maybe they say they're Christian, maybe they say they're Catholic, maybe they say they're Jewish, maybe they say they're Islamic, blah, blah, blah.
Just not fundamentally living their life based off of religion.
And you would want to be and do these people have any head injuries? No.
Yeah.
So they would have any head injuries, and you would be curious if religious fanatics have head injury trauma in the prefrontal cortex.
It doesn't even need to be head injury. If we just found any brain damage in the prefrontal cortex.
I'm just trying to really understand this. You're saying that it's possible that lack of curiosity due to a cultural and society's pressures and norms around that fundamentalism could lead to brain damage because of the lack of there being that 100%. Awareness. A lack of curiosity could lead to brain damage.
That would be my personal hypothesis. I don't think there's any science to back that up. But
you're going to do it?
We do have science. Do what?
You can do the study?
Hopefully. That'd be awesome. I would love to be part of that study. But we do have evidence to show that when you stop using parts of the brain, it shrinks. And if you stop using parts of the brain long enough, they dissipate.
Wow.
The anterior mid-cingulate cortex is the part of the brain that keeps us tenacious. And so when we were talking about doing cold therapy with Jonathan, that's the part of the brain that's getting activated. People, it's proven in science, live longer when that part of the brain is bigger. That means they've done more things they didn't want to do in their life. They've put themselves through more struggle. So getting in a cold bath you don't want to do it, but you do it anyway, and that part of the brain gets more neuroplastic. So my theory would be, being a religious fundamentalist, being born into it, we were born into it. And that part of our brain, hypothetically speaking, there's no science to back this up as of yet, could have just never really been being used. And when it was, it felt so uncomfortable and so afraid that we always avoided it. That there could be, I don't even want to use the word brain damage, because that's just so characterized as a negative thing. It could just be less functioning brain activity. Atrophied.
Like a small muscle.
Prefrontal cortex.
If you don't stand for a year, you can't walk until you get your muscles back up, which will take crazy shit.
Exactly. And how have we healed is, we talk a lot about plant medicine. What does plant medicine do? It causes extreme neuroplasticity to help parts of the brain that have atrophied or died off activate again.
So then do you know if certain psychedelics or plant medicines have activations in the prefrontal cortex?
They have, neuroplasticity in the entire brain.
Okay, everywhere.
Yeah. There's probably more specificity in certain types of the parts of the brain that get more neuroplastic, but the whole brain gets incredibly neuroplastic. That's kind of part of the healing side of plant medicine, is the neuroplasticity we force.
It blasts you with curiosity. You're like, oh my God. And then you come out of it and you're like, I am so curious about everything now.
Yeah. And so it's got to be the prefrontal cortex for sure.